so much for hopping on right in the middle of nap time.
This is actually, this is my what are your napping hours?
Well, I will say that this is a time where the brain is blank.
It's just mush.
And by the way, I just want to say only during Ramadan.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. I'm not napping in
No.
1 p.m. on a
No.
regular day. What am I, an alcoholic? Why would I do that? Yeah, I am on it. So my routine right now is waking up at 4:30, making myself a big fat cup of coffee,
Mm-hmm.
drinking, my 30 some ounces of water and having all my vitamins. And then I like to bring everything into bed with me.
Ooh.
And I like to drink my coffee from like 5, because right now it's like 5:15. Fudger's at 5:15. So I like to do it where I have 4:45 to 5:15 to sit in my cozy bed, robe on, snuggled, and I've already done wudu or ablution for those of you who don't know what wudu is. And then I just drink my coffee and I do a New York Times crossword puzzle.
Ooh. Do you feel like your brain is really working?
Real, I am like so smart. Just yesterday, I was like, I'm like really good at like the New York Times crossword puzzle. He was like, but you Google things. And I was like, I'm not a genius. You're allowed to Google things. My
Are
brain
you
doesn't
allowed to
work like
Google
that.
things?
Of course, you're allowed to Google things. That's crazy if you're not allowed to Google stuff. But a lot of the clues are like not Googleable. So, anyway, I do the New York Times crossword puzzle and then I read a little bit. And then it's time to pray. And I pray. And then I shower and I start getting ready. And then at like 6:30, I have to wake the kids up. But it's
Mm-hmm.
like so nice because then like I just relax from like 6:30 to 7:30 when I have to take them to school. I drop them to school. I go into the office and then I come back around this time and just put everything on DND. Just lay down for a little while.
Oh, yeah. Yesterday I had a nap for 45 minutes around 2 p.m. It's the best.
Mm,
I just felt just
mm,
so toasty. I have been, which is a change for me. I've actually been getting up for Sari this time. I'm not eating anything because that's
mm,
crazy. It's
mhm.
insane to eat that early in the morning. I've been having a big thing of coffee and then a bunch of water. And then I use the facilities, and then I pray. Wait, you are perturbed by that?
No, no, no. I have a question. It has nothing to do with facilities. I just
Okay.
have a question. Yeah.
And now I have been going to the gym really early in the morning, and that is a game changer. And I keep telling myself, "Oh, what? I can be like a productive person. This feels so good. I should just do this in my regular life, not outside of Ramadan or whatever." I don't think it's gonna stick. But then I come back, and then I have to do obviously some stuff at home. And I feel really good about myself from like 8 to like 11.
Mm.
And then 11 to 1 is when things kind of start to slow down. 11 to 1 is like, hey, when you go, hey, I, let's just see what's on YouTube. See what's going on YouTube Shorts. And then I know at some point I'm intentionally like swiping through really, really quickly so I can get to a food video. I am,
Yeah. Oh, I don't even what's up on YouTube. I search for stuff on
ooh,
Instagram. I'm like Ramadan. So I don't know how the YouTube algorithm functions. I feel like it's probably a little bit less intense than
hmm
the Instagram one. The Instagram one, you look up iftari once and then your entire explore page is just people frying pakoras and samosas the whole time. So I like to do the pre iftar scrolling of like what I'm gonna eat like around 2:30. I want to say I'm
okay.
like this will get me going. Also, my face I had made earlier was should we be having protein in the morning? Like should we be putting a scoop of protein powder in our coffee?
Oh,
My fear, I mean, I guess it can't be bad for you, right? Like the protein's going to keep us full longer and it's good for us overall. But like I really like the way my coffee tastes just with half and half. I don't want to mess around with it.
yeah.
So why would I do that?
Yeah, I don't think
Protein?
I have a protein shake for iftar when I open my
Yeah.
fast. That's
Yeah.
when I have because I worry that I'm gonna feel too heavy with the protein in the morning, and I don't want that. I want to be nimble.
Eating in the morning makes me want to go back to sleep.
Yeah.
Why would I do that? I don't want to go back to sleep. Also, I think the issue with us not being able to do this during like regular non-Ramadan months is that there's no urgency. That's the thing I will say.
Right.
is the clock really has us by the you know what. You know what I mean? Like there is something about, and I think maybe that's like an ADHD thing. There's something about like knowing that there's like a deadline. You're
Mhm.
like, I have to do so many things. Like, so you're
Yeah.
like there's a motivation. And I think that's like when Muslim people say, like, oh, Satan is shackled away during the month of Ramadan because you have so much more energy. And I'm like, no, I think
Yeah.
we all have ADD and like we don't know how to function unless it's like go crunch time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, thanks for hopping on. I was like, we don't need to record this week, and then I was like, things are bad. I
Things are
think we
bad. This
need
may be the last week we have internet. The world, I mean. This may be the last
Yeah.
week.
Hard to say. It's a real touch and go right now. Everybody's like, it's a proxy war. It's a proxy war. I'm like, no, I think it's war. I
I
think
think
we're in
it's just
a
war,
war.
baby. I think we are
Yeah.
just warring.
What do you think about the name Operation Epic Fury?
That's what I think of it. It's so dumb. Epic Fury.
It might as well be called like Operation like Bazinga Bombs or something. Like it's so
Yeah.
stupid. Operation 6-7. Like that's where we're headed as a nation. It's so bad. It's really
So
bad.
dumb.
So I don't know, unless you've been living under a rock, hate to tell you guys. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we got a war with Iran at
Mhm.
3 a.m. a totally normal time on a Saturday night. The president of the United States and Pete Hegseth decided, what if we just like bomb Iran?
Let's just go
Um,
nuts. Let's
let's
fucking
just
go
go
nuts.
nuts. And congressional approval, I don't know who she is. Oh, me? I don't ask for consent. I thought you knew that about us as a
Yeah.
people. They're like, MAGA is never, we never cared about consent. I don't know why you think that we would be asking anybody for permission to do anything because that's not us. And they
Mhm.
went and Netanyahu and Trump, they shook their little despot hands and then they went and they bombed Iran.
Mhm.
And I want to talk about this because there's like there's i- full disclosure, neither you nor I are from Iran. We are from a neighboring country,
Mhm.
Pakistan.
Yes.
Um, and I want to talk about this because there's obviously like several people with differing opinions, especially, Iranians that like fled in the 70s
Yep.
in America. They feel very strongly about the fact that we also found out that Khomeini had died. And so there's a lot of people who feel like, well, no, that's great. We don't want is IRCG, is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Islam.
Islamic, yeah, the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Like that's basically, it's like the equivalent of I think like the IDF. Like it's it's ICE.
Yeah.
It's the morality police of like Saudi Arabia from when we were growing up, right? Like we obviously there is this feeling of like there's the fact that the existing um administration, the government of Iran was like very much oppressing the people of Iran
Yeah.
forever.
For
But I
like
think
yeah, for
it's
like
important.
50 years.
Real, can you briefly explain why we have the Islamic Republic of Iran? Like what happened? Was America involved in something like in the 1900s? Did something
I
happen?
I don't know if I would say America was involved, but I guess America was involved because we had this guy there, which was the Shah, which
Mhm.
was essentially just a king,
Mhm.
I believe, or like a royal family in Iran
Yeah.
that was in charge for a while. Now, the Shah was really, really good to America in the
Mhm.
sense that we really liked him because he gave us all the shit that we wanted, right? And
Mhm.
the shit that we wanted most of the times was just oil. Um,
Mhm.
it seems to be a running theme. So when he came to, I believe the story is he came to America for like surgery or something like that, for some sort of medical procedure.
Mhm.
His government got overthrown, and it was taken over by these Islamic revolutionaries. And the revolutionaries said that, hey, give us the Shah back so we can do a trial for him. And America said, no, we're going to keep him here. And that essentially is what the 80s were about, I would say, the entire
Mhm.
thing. is we were just going back and forth with Iran. Now, it is kind of what can we say about it, right? Like there is a sense where you just say, well, anything that Donald Trump does is fuck him, and he's wrong about this. You and I can't comment on what it's like to be Iranian and kind of live under that oppressive regime, right?
Iranian? What are you,
Iranian,
American?
Persian. No, I mean, should we say Iranian? Irani.
Irani, or
We should say
Iranian.
Irani, right? We don't know what
Yeah.
that's like. And like we have in our own homeland, which is actually a homeland that we've never lived in, there is a bunch of assholes that are running that country right now also. I hear our mother cry about them on a daily basis. Like she really, really hates that stuff, right?
Yeah.
So on one hand, you want to say, well, it is fucked up. It is I will say this to for America to take out like the head of state of a foreign government in the middle of the night, because that's how this thing started. It
Yeah.
started with them killing Khomeini and his entire government. Like that's how we started. And when you read more about it, like what led up to it, there were apparently negotiations going on that Oman was kind of the middle, what was the broker for between America and Iran, and apparently Iran was making a lot of concessions in terms of the stuff that America has been asking for a really long time, right? Like the nuclear stuff or whatever. Apparently, the story is um, Israel
Mhm.
and our actual homeland, the
Saudis.
Saudis, MBS, maybe, um, told Trump that, hey, let's negotiate in bad faith and let's kill these people, right? And you go, well, what do you expect is going to happen as a result, right? Like, of course, Iran is going to go nuts, right? And also,
Yeah.
like, I don't know the legality of like killing a foreign head of state. That seems like something you go to the Hague for usually, right? Like I don't know what the rules of operation here are. I know a lot of Iranis are probably really happy that that I mean, I don't know if they're really happy that that guy is dead. I know that a lot of Iranis want a change in their government, right?
Yeah.
But I also don't know how effective it is to just kill these people and then just say, "Hey, just take over now. Hey, citizens, just take over." Like I think the fucking
So,
citizens have been trying to do that for the last 30 years. Like they've been
yeah.
dying out in the streets for this.
So here's the thing. Okay, here's the let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning, as they say on the hills. Okay, in the 1950s, there was a democratically elected prime minister. His name was Mohammed Mossadegh, and he wanted to nationalize the Anglo-Iranian oil company. And the US worried that he might be aligning with the Soviet Union during the Cold War. So then they were like, why doesn't the CIA just like help orchestrate a coup? Like, wouldn't that be crazy if we just like went in there and helped this guy just get him out of there? So they overthrew him and they put the Shah, I think Reza Pahlavi.
Probably, yeah.
They put him up. The problem is, I don't know if you guys know. Maybe we don't know what happened in the 50s, but we do know what happened in the 2000s. Is that when America decides to come in
Hmm.
and destabilize the country, remove the government, and then put in somebody else, it does not work out well. Look at Afghanistan, look at Iraq. Okay, it's not working out well. So basically, the same thing happened. The Shah shows up. The Shah is, at the end of the day, functioning like a dictator. It's not
Hmm.
like it was democratic. He functioned like a king. And so the people in the streets and the people don't realize the Islamic revolution in Iran in the 70s was led by students, because
Hmm.
very similarly to how they are literally murdering students and protesters in Iran right now, right? That were against Khomeini, they were doing the same thing to these protesters in the 70s. And so they were hoping for change. They were looking forward to the Ayatollah coming. They thought that it would be a good change. It did not work out well. The
Hmm.
end of the day, these democratically elected people were removed from power because of the United States and the United States their desire for access to oil. We're doing the same thing again. Okay, well, you killed Khomeini, and then what are you going to do? Put the Shah's like son who's in America up back up? That's not going to work. That's not what the people of Iran want. And so I know I've seen a lot of things, and essentially like the most like middle of the ground view about this is you're creating destabilization in a country that you have no idea what's going on. You don't know
Mhm.
what people have been doing. We don't trust America and Israel to put in somebody into Iran that's actually going to be good for the Iranian people. And then we also have record to show what happens when the United States chooses a new figurehead for us. We literally went through that, 50 years ago. So we don't want to do that again. So and then on top of that, you saw this devastating news of a girls' school getting bombed.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it could have been the GC. It could have been, Khomeini's people. It could have been them. It could have been a missile from there. It could have been a missile from Israel. It could have been a missile from the US, because right now there are bombs literally dropping from everywhere. They don't know who is bombing whom, but we do know that people are being affected. The people who are making decisions, they're not affected by this at all. They're completely safe. They're in their bunkers. Lord knows where Trump is. He showed up with a new rash on his neck. We might have
Yeah.
shingles. So there's a lot of stuff there's a lot of decisions being made by people in power, but the people on the ground are being affected. There's families in Iran who don't know. Do you think that look at what happens in the United States? When the people came out in protest against Donald Trump, when people showed up this time around in 2024, when we said, fuck, this sucks. And in 2025, all of these judges and all of these people started to put down all of the things. Like, look at what's happening in Minnesota. They said that Donald Trump can't fuck with them. What did he do? He sent ICE there. Do you think that by Khomeini dying, the people in Iran are any safer? They're not. Even
Yeah.
though there needed to be a change, we know how dictators function. And just the way that there are crazy people in America that would like literally set a house on fire because of racism and because of their bloodlust and obsession with Trump. Do you think that there isn't that in Iran? That there's not people who are like so loyal to the government that they're not going to. We know that happens in Pakistan all the time.
Yeah.
So, like, all in all, really bad. But you know what's interesting? You know who I heard from this morning, Raheel?
Who?
Our favorite gal, our surprise favorite gal, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Halliday presents, in the red corner, the undisputed, undefeated weed whacker guy. Champion of hurling grass and pollen everywhere. And in the blue corner, the challenger, extra strength Halliday. Eye drops that work all day to prevent the release of histamines that cause itchy allergy eyes. And the winner by knockout is Halliday. Halliday, bring it on.
This podcast is brought to you by Carvana. Selling your car shouldn't feel like a second job. It should feel easy. With Carvana, it is. Just visit Carvana.com, enter your license plate or VIN, answer a few quick questions, and get an offer in minutes. Like what you see? We'll pick it up right from your door and hand you your check. No haggling, no hassle, no problem. Car selling made easy on
Carvana.
Pickup fees may apply.
Uh-huh.
She was on a show with Megan King. Megan King? No, Megan Kelly.
Kelly?
And she literally said, I don't know who the fuck is making these decisions, but this is not good. This is not what we voted for. She's pissed.
Yeah. Our brother shared a clip of her also where she was like, Donald Trump has said time and again that he doesn't believe he's going to go to heaven.
Yeah.
So like, how can we like trust him to make these decisions when he already knows that he's going to hell essentially, right? Like,
Yeah.
and yeah, so I, that's another part of this conversation, which is, hey, we were supposed to not like a lot of people said, well, Trump isn't going to get us into new foreign wars or whatever,
Yeah.
and we're right there, and I don't think anybody really knows why we are there, right? Because what the administration says and kind of what you hear from some of like the Democrats and that also is, hey, Iran can't get nuclear weapons, right? And you go, okay, like I get that conceptually. Yes, Iran can't get nuclear weapons, and I can understand why that would be dangerous. But I also think, by the way, like when we're talking about nuclear weapons, like let's everybody put our cards on the table. Like, there are some other countries, especially some countries that are involved in this skirmish right now, that have nuclear weapons, that don't say that they have nuclear weapons, and are allowed to just exist, right? And they are also aggressors in a lot of instances, and they also commit genocide, right? Like that's who we're talking about, right? Like
Yeah.
that's if some countries are able to have nuclear powers, right? And you don't think Iran is a safe enough country to have like that, right? Or whatever. Okay, well then what happens on the other side? Like these people also have to survive, right? And then the administration also said, well, no, now we're actually looking at regime change. And it's like, well, do you want regime change, or is it about the nuclear weapons? And really, like, I'm sorry, like, it feels a lot like, hey, this is also what we do because people are really clamoring about the Epstein files, right? Like,
Yeah.
how can you not think that?
Yeah. At the end of the day, that's really what's happening here, right?
Hmm.
Like these are all distractions, and it's very stupid because every single thing that Trump said, you would like accuse either Clinton or Obama or Biden of doing. All of the things that he says, right? Like you stole the election, or you're going to start a war because your approval ratings are down. All these things, it's like we know what his playbook is because he's literally doing that. There's no question about why he is doing the things that he's doing. He's doing them because he's already told us why he would do it. Like, and I think that it's also a distraction from the fact that there is a lot of mobilization in the United States against ICE. And
Hmm.
so, okay, we've got essentially a group of federal mobsters that are coming in and terrorizing communities all over the United States. And he's starting to see how there's blue states like New Jersey that are coming up with really, really great legislation that basically leave ICE in a crippled situation. They're not able to kind of just jump around and do whatever the hell they want, like they've been doing in Minnesota. And I think this kind of like puts a distraction on it because unfortunately this is the world that we live in, right? Like we live in a world where there's so much information constantly coming at us. Even with the Epstein stuff, they're purposely dumped so much information into the public at one time that you're so overwhelmed by it that you don't know what to do. It leaves you feeling extremely hopeless. So I think that's essentially what the game plan is here, and it's so unfortunate because people are literally dying. Over
Hmm.
100 young girls died, little girls died in Iran because of this. And going to continue to die, right? And it's, you know, not to beat a dead horse, but this is why it's really important to vote. And I'm not saying that, Kamala Harris would have been amazing for like Palestine,
Yeah,
but we would not have started a war with Iran at
at the
a
behest of Israel and
minimum.
Saudi Arabia.
At the behest of, and it's so funny because like you talk about like Israel, like people are like, oh, you talk about Israel all the time, like Israel's so bad. What about the Saudis? And I'm like, well, yeah, we don't like them either.
No
FYI,
bueno. Yeah,
no bueno. I'm not a fan. Can we talk a little bit about New Jersey and what they're doing against ICE? It's so
sure.
good. Oh
I
my
did
god,
see that in our old township of Roxbury, they just opened up a ICE detention center, which is really
which
upsetting.
makes sense because I did go to high school there, and that adds up. But there was like a lot of protests against it. Yeah, they're trying to open shut up, but hold on, let me find it. So New Jersey, there's a New Jersey lawmaker that introduced a new bill. It's called the Fight Unlawful Conduct and Keep Individuals and Communities Empowered Act. And do
Okay.
you know what that the acronym for that is?
No. Ice out?
It's fuck ICE.
Oh, is it fuck ice?
Fight unlawful conduct and keep individuals and communities empowered act. The fuck ICE act. Um But there's a lot of really great bills that like New Jersey is passing. They're also trying to pass a bill that would impose a 50% tax on anything related to these these private detention centers, because they're all in detention, and all of the taxes would be used towards the Immigration Protection Fund, which would help immigrants re-enter back into society after they've been wrongfully arrested. There's also a bill that's being passed in New Jersey that authorizes state, county, and municipal law enforcement to step in when the scene becomes a crime. So if they feel that ICE is doing something that by the state of New Jersey law is a crime, like stealing kids out of schools or shooting somebody, then they step in and they take over the investigation. Because what's happening in other states is that the FBI comes in and they're like, we got it.
Yeah.
Guys, don't worry about it.
Don't
We got
worry
it.
about it. Yeah, just
Yeah.
don't worry about it. Just watch this video of Cash in the locker room. Just it's
Like,
okay.
we're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
Also, they passed a law that prohibits anybody who joins ICE from 2024 onward. If you joined ICE, you
Mhm.
cannot hold employment in state or any local positions in New Jersey. Like, that's it. You're done.
Good.
That's your one
Yeah.
job. It's amazing. Yeah, I'm just, stuff like that is happening. Listen, guys, New Jersey is kind of the best.
Yeah, just fucking move here, guys.
No.
Property
I mean,
taxes. Yeah,
the
you're
property
right.
taxes are crazy. Although I wonder if more people were to move here, would our property taxes go down?
Does that go up or no? Doesn't that create to both of us? I'm 43. I have no idea how real estate works.
I'm Googling, is New Jersey densely populated?
It's extremely densely populated.
Oh!
It's crazy.
Oh my God. It's the number one.
Yeah, we're thick. We are a thick state.
It is the number one out of all 50 states. It is the most densely populated state. There are 1,200 to 1,300 people per square mile. Unfortunately, I don't know what a square mile looks like.
I have no idea.
Yeah. I'm like, is it like a mile and then you just like create a square of it? Like, is that what that is?
It's a lot of people. Wait, 1,300 people per square mile? Within 4 miles? That's insane. That can't be right.
How much is a square mile?
How many people can fit into a square mile if you line them up next to each other?
Okay, this does not help. I said, what's a square mile? And Google said 3 square feet. Do you think I know what a square, how many miles is 1 square mile? Okay. This math does not look right to me. Okay. It's a perfect square stretching 5,200 feet long.
What does that mean?
5,200 feet.
Okay. What does that mean?
I think 5,200 feet I could do. How many yards?
How many football fields?
How many yards? How many square? No, not how many square yards. I don't know. How many football fields can fit in a square mile?
There you go.
Oh, okay. 480 football fields.
That's a lot of football fields.
Yeah, so honestly, it's not bad. Come on down.
Yeah, come on down.
Come on down. Because you know what? There are parts of America that are like so vast, like Texas and like those, you just keep driving. It's just land. So I get that they're like, it's not densely populated. Or like, well, it's densely populated here because people want to live here. But 1,200 people over 480 football fields?
Yeah, it's enough. Come on.
That's plenty of space.
Yeah. Just
Who
go.
needs a
You
backyard?
pee in front of a. Yeah, exactly. Who needs a bathroom? Just go.
Anyway. Did you watch SNL this weekend?
I watched some clips because your boy was on it. How would you think?
Here's the thing, guys.
Didn't hit. It was. I watched some of I watched it. I think the crowd was really enthusiastic from like the clips that I saw. I think everybody was really happy to see him there. He was great. I will say. I think he was actually wonderful. I don't know if the skits really were that great.
Yeah, the sketches were mid. They were fine. I did like the stripper one because he did take off his clothes.
Yeah,
so that was nice. I mean, of
Okay.
course, duh. But like just from a physical comedy perspective, I was like, oh wow, he really is. He's got it. Even though a majority of it is just like him being naked, but
Yeah.
um, I was like, okay, it's fine. Wait, more importantly, Mumford and Sons were the host, the musical guest. When did Mumford get hot?
I don't know. Did he get hot?
Mumford was not hot before Mr. Mumford. I was like, oh, there's Carrie Mulligan's like kind of dad bod husband, right? You're like, oh,
Yeah.
he's adorable and he sings really well. Real Mumford showed up in a tank top and sunglasses like fucking
Oh,
Lisa Rinna.
is he like Jack now?
He's jacked, tatted up and jacked.
No.
I was like, I don't know if I want to hear my folk music from like a tatted up jacked guy. You know what I mean? It didn't
Yeah,
feel
it's
right
too much.
to me.
Oh, I see him here. Yeah. That's a change. You know, I saw them outside of LaGuardia once.
I know
LaGuardia.
you always mention it. You saw them and Carrie Mulligan outside of LaGuardia.
They came rushing out of the
Mhm.
terminal and
Mhm.
immediately started smoking. And it just warmed up all the cockles of my heart. They were looking forward to that cigarette so badly.
You know those heated rivalry boys love to smoke. Every
I know.
single time I see a video or
You
picture,
know, 2026 is the year of the cigarette, baby. It's coming back.
I think the pendulum is swinging the other way. They're
It
like,
is.
oh, vaping is really bad. The kids' brains are getting fried. I think we got to bring back
Exactly.
cigarettes. Connor Story, there's a picture of him going into the SNL after party and he's got a pack of American Spirits in his hand. American Spirits. Anyway, I thought it was fine, but I do want to talk a little bit about just like the fandom. Raheel, had to mute the heated rivalry fandom on Threads
Ooh.
again because
You, of all people.
me of all people, because I think that people just don't know how to be normal. Like, and this is coming from a deeply unnormal person. I'm
Yeah.
very unhinged. I'm not
Yes.
normal. And I was like, this is too much. There were people that were like, did anybody notice that like Connor was in every single sketch? Like, does that happen on SNL? Like, isn't that I feel like that has to be a first that like the guest was on every single sketch. I was like, oh, you guys have never seen SNL before. Somebody else said, did you guys notice that like Connor barely looked at cue cards? Like, I think that he memorized all the lines. Like, he's such a professional. And then Hudson showed up at one of the sketches. He was there.
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yeah. And then they were like, do you guys think Connor knew that Hudson was coming? Because he looked like legit surprised. I was like, are you guys okay?
Who are
Is
these
everyone
morons?
dumb? Who are these people? And I was like, these have to be kids from middle school. They're not. These are like people in their 20s with like a lot of engagement against it. And I was like, everybody's stupid. Everyone is so dumb. It was really dumb. And then right before the show, because there was news that the Quinn brothers were going to be on Hughes Brothers.
Hughes Brothers, yeah.
Hughes Brothers. The one brother's name is Quinn, right?
Yeah.
So the Hughes brothers were going to be on, and so they were like, Connor should boycott doing SNL because they're using this gay man and his female audience to correct the wrongs of the US American hockey team, and I think that Connor should boycott. I was like, are you guys stupid? Why is everybody so stupid? What's going on? And then, of course, like, did you see the monologue?
I did.
Yeah. So the women's hockey team, the gals from that showed up, and I was like, oh, everybody lost. It was so great. And then, of course, it was like, Connor obviously did not want to be there with those guys. I bet he invited the girls to come. I bet that was Connor's idea.
Who are these people? Is this what being a heated rivalry fan requires you to be? Because I'm out. I like the show. I'm done.
No, I'm done. I said, oh, I think my time here is done. I think I've surpassed whatever this was. I think we got to be.
It could just be like I think just a generation thing. Like we grew up with SNL, so like when we were teenagers, SNL was a thing that you watched on Saturday night because we didn't have anything else to do, and we weren't cool enough to get invited to parties.
No,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and also, I think, by the way, anybody who's really like who likes SNL, like anybody who's been on SNL, like Bill Hader, Andy Samberg, if you ever talk to them about like their acting journey, they're like, oh, I only learned I was funny from watching SNL. Like
Yeah.
these are people, I think if you've never watched SNL until Connor's Story was on, I fear you're not funny.
I think that's probably that may be part of the thing also. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I we don't know what it's like to grow up with devices, right? Like I don't know how much of like the pop culture at large I would have consumed if I grew up with an iPad. You
I
know what I
also
mean?
think there's so much pop culture to consume because
Yeah, it's true.
there's like YouTuber lore, there's
Yeah.
like Vine lore, people that were on Vine. Like it's too much information, I think. I think we should take away devices.
I think we're old is what
I
we're learning. I think that's really what it comes down to.
I
Just
think
old
that's
people.
I think that's what it is. Did you finally watch Sinners?
I have not watched Sinners yet.
Wow. I didn't want
I
to say
guess
that.
I'm a
Didn't
racist.
No, you got to watch Sinners.
I will watch it.
Our
What did I
beloved
watch?
what did you watch recently? You
What did I
probably just
watch?
rewatched One Battle After the Other 15 times instead of watching
No, I think
Sinners.
I've started to watch West Wing again for some reason.
It's a
Oh
comfort
no,
show. Get it.
I started your show, Schitt's Creek.
Oh, it's so good.
I'm on the first episode. I said I
Okay,
started
you're
watching.
only on the first episode.
Yeah.
You started the first episode. You said, "Let me just see what's going on in West Wing."
Yeah, exactly. Has anything changed?
Has anything changed in the last 20 years? Anyway, beloved Michael B. Jordan, he
Mhm.
won for outstanding actor and the SAG Awards, which are now called the Actor Awards.
Actor Awards, yeah.
And he shouted out to Newark, New Jersey.
Did he? Oh, that's right. He's
He's from Newark, New Jersey.
guy.
He's a Jersey boy. That's what he is. Now you watched Friday Night Lights, right?
I did watch Friday Night Lights, and also before that, I watched The Wire. The Wire is really where Michael B. got his start. You've never
I
seen The
didn't.
Wire. Now,
No,
who's
I
the
haven't.
racist now?
And Maryland is one of my favorite states, so it's honestly shocking that I haven't watched
Yeah,
it.
it's not really a great look for Maryland on
I
that
know.
show. It's not. Baltimore doesn't look. But no, that's where I first met Michael B. I can't even talk about his role on The Wire. People that have seen The Wire know exactly what I'm talking about. It's too emotional to talk about.
I watched Michael B on Parenthood for the first time.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
He's very good.
But
He's very
yeah,
handsome.
he's so handsome. See, he seems talented. He seems like he's gonna do well in the industry. Last thought. This is what's going to wrap up our chat. Who's not doing well lately? Now, do you remember a couple of years ago that Justine Timberlake, he had a DUI?
I did. I do remember that.
Yeah, in Sag Harbor, and he said, "This is what did he say? This is gonna ruin the tour,
The world tour.
the world tour." Well, Justin is back in the news because he is suing the Sag Harbor Police Department. He is trying to get the Sag Harbor Police Department to not release the footage of his drunken arrest to the public. He was arrested and he obviously pled guilty, but he's suing Sag Harbor for so that he can legally block the public release of the body cam footage, which makes me go, I'm gonna need to see that.
I'm gonna need to watch that video.
I'm sorry, Justin, but we didn't even think about the footage. Honestly, it
Yeah.
happened 2 years ago. Nobody said, let me see the footage. We were like, okay, whatever. It happened. We heard enough. Then we saw him looking crazy at his concerts. We're like, okay, it's over for Justin. He's going through a bad time. We never even thought about the body cam footage. You're telling me there's body cam footage and now you're making sure we don't see it? We're going to need to see it.
I'm gonna need to see that video. And it's probably not fair. Everybody has a right to privacy or whatever.
Sure,
But, like,
whatever.
the way that the wealth gap is kind of set up in the world right now. I think if you are a pop star who's worth nearly $1 billion and you make the choice to drive drunk, I
Yeah.
get to watch that. I get to watch that video. That's all I'm asking. I'm not asking for your money. You keep your money. I just want to watch the video.
I want to watch the video. Also, fuck you for making me side with cops. Like, what
Yeah,
do you
exactly.
mean? What do you mean I'm supporting the Sag Harbor Police Department from being like, they got to do their job, honestly. Like, they're just
Yeah.
law and order. It's law
Yeah.
and order, Justin. I'm sorry. Okay, that's fine. It's freedom of information laws of the state of New York. The body cam
Mhm.
footage can be released. It is what it
Yeah.
is. I just think, yeah, I think it's fine. Just let us see it. How embarrassing is it? What did you piss yourself?
TaxAct filing software and live tax experts can help small businesses easily knock out their taxes. Actually, our experts can help you find deductions and credits for any sized business. Itty-bitty businesses, medium-sized, really big, mid-sized, small businesses, companies with 0 employees, and mom-and-pop conglomerates. Yep, our tax experts can help all of them. TaxAct. Let's get them over with.
Did you share yourself? What happened? Did you try to kiss somebody? I need to see it.
That'd be amazing. If we try to get out of the ticket by kissing the cop, then yes.
Yeah. Well, that's the end of this chat. I have an FMK for you today that is Ramadan edition, which feels wrong. But
it feels
here
wrong,
we
yes.
are.
Especially with World War III.
We're in
going
World
on.
War III. We're gonna go Iftari Crispy Foods edition.
Ooh, I was built for this.
Okay. We're talking a chicken spring roll or an egg roll, a
Okay.
fried egg roll with the chicken, the desi style, with the chicken and the
Yeah.
vegetables and everything inside of it. And assume that when I say this, it's coming with the accoutrements.
Of course. Okay. Well,
Okay.
so what are the accoutrements for this? It's
This
not
is
ketchup.
this is a Pakistani iftar table. Okay,
Okay,
you
all
got
right.
dahi bade, you got kala chana or white.
Oh, so I
chole.
get to just add this to my plate.
You're adding this to your plate, okay, to your iftar plate, all right? And then, but you only get the opportunity to add one of these 3 or FMK, whatever,
Yeah.
these 3 dumpling type items, right?
Okay.
You have the crispy spring roll or crispy egg roll with chicken inside. You have a keema patty, which is basically a beef turnover, but
Yeah.
made with puff pastry.
Yes.
And then you have the classique keema samosa.
I thought you were gonna say pakora, but I like what you're doing here because you went all meat. Yeah,
I went all meat. I could have
Yeah.
done pakora here, but I knew that you would be killing it, and I
Yes.
don't want to do that.
No, I
The
would not
pa-
be killing. I've come around on the pakora.
I hated pakoras when I was a kid.
I know. Me too.
I love them now.
I
I've
love
been
them
doing
so
this.
much now.
I've been doing this thing on my personal Instagram where when my mother-in-law makes a crispy pakora, I've been doing some crispy pakora at ASMR. I just
Yeah. Yeah.
It's so good. Okay, so who you got? Keema
So-
samosa and keema samosa the way our mom used to make him.
So like a little guy, like a little,
Like the size of my palm. We're not talking about
Yeah.
keema samosas from like the restaurant.
not
that
like
are
the big, like
the
the
big
mutated
honkers.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the little guy, like the perfect triangle.
Yeah,
I miss those
it's
so
like a little
much.
football.
The little so yeah, like a little, like the paper football thingy.
I used to eat the wrapper.
You should eat the wrapper.
I used to eat it raw. It's disgusting.
Yeah. Oh, the filo dough. Yeah.
The filo dough, yeah.
All right. So here's the thing: the texture of the samosa and the spring roll is essentially the same,
Hmm.
right?
But the filling is different.
How is the filling different? Is the filling really different?
It's like chicken and vegetables versus like keema and haram masala.
So I'm sorry. What's in the puff pastry?
Is also keema and so the keema inside of the puff pastry and the keema inside of the keema samosas are the same.
This is tough. I'm not gonna kill a puff pastry. I'd be a monster to do that. But now you're telling me.
Go ahead. I know where
I
this
think
is headed.
I think I have to kill the spring roll, and I don't feel good about it. But I have to kill the spring roll.
I agree.
Only because I feel like I'm getting that sensation with the keema samosa. The keema samosa, like that meat is more like the way that bite is just way more attractive to me. It's calling me way more than the spring roll. Also, like, I don't know, some people aren't really great at making spring rolls. It's
They're
not
not.
something. It's not
They're
something that we
not, and
grew
I
up.
feel like filling is not good. I feel like it's
No,
always bland.
right? And sometimes there's like too much pepper in it in the filling, like especially with like the yeah.
I need the pepper because otherwise it's so bland. Or like
Yeah.
it's too much vegetables and you're like, is this just coleslaw inside of this roll? What am I
Yeah.
eating? Yeah.
Now, so basically that one is killed. Now you're left with the two, right?
Who you marrying?
Yeah. Growing up, this would have been easy. I was at Kima Sabosa. Growing up, I was not the biggest fan of patties.
We never really grew up with them.
But the patties that we had were not, the meat to patty ratio was completely off. It was too much puff and they were too dry.
Mm-hmm.
Now your mother-in-law, God bless her, that lady knows how to make a fucking patty.
Yeah, she does.
And so initially I would have said, okay, you know what? I'm gonna marry the Kima Samosa and I'm gonna fuck the patty. But I think I'm gonna change that now. I'm going to marry the patty because one of the great joys of a Ramadan plate is that you get to sop up the flavors.
Yes.
Get to sop up all the flavors that are on the plate. Nothing sops up the flavor like a patty.
Like a puff pastry.
Like a puff pastry patty.
Like a puff pastry patty. It's so good.
I get a little bit of fruit jet in there. I don't care. I'll get a little sweetness in there. I don't care.
Fine.
I'm sopping all that stuff up. And then it's going to be interesting because it's kind of like I was married to the Kima Samosa for a really long time. And then we had a divorce and I got married to the patty. And I'm really happy in my marriage with the patty. But from time to time, I want to fuck my old wife, which is a Kima Samosa. I will be cheating on my new wife with my old wife. And I think that's really the relationship that I want in all forms of life. Like I want to get married so I can get divorced, so I can get married again, so I can have an affair with my first wife.
You're never going to get married. Wow. That was perfect. That was great. I agree with you, except not like the weird adulterous angle that you took at the end. I don't agree with that one, but I do agree with that assessment. I think also with the Kima Samosa, you can eat a patty anytime.
Yeah.
A Kima Samosa can sometimes be too heavy because of how it's fried.
Yes.
So
yeah, exactly.
You know, a Kima Samosa is a great one-time, like a quick
on the go
bite.
Yeah.
On the go.
Yeah.
But
as
a
I eat a Kima Samosa while I'm filling my plate. Yeah, while I'm filling my plate.
But a Betty, you need to sit down and savor her.
Admire her.
And she's so flaky. In the best way.